Welcome back in, everybody. This is the Captain America, the Winter Soldier review. I am Bleeding. This is Joe. Me and him have committed ourselves to rewatching the entirety of the MCU in release order to build up hype for Avengers Secret Wars, which is the final installment in the MCU as we know it. I'm going to hand it over to my friend Joe. He's going to give you a quick rundown synopsis of the film, and then we're going to get into the review. I don't know why I'm still wearing this hat. I'm going to take it off now.
Also, before we even start, we got new microphones.
Hopefully we do have
you guys
microphones.
like that.
Hopefully the audio quality is better because, well, they weren't expensive, but they weren't cheap either. So let's hope they work.
Yeah, hopefully it helps out. And we had a couple people who were complaining about audio issues, but hopefully this solves all that. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's awful. Who knows?
We'll find out.
But Captain America, the Winter Soldier, was released in the United States on April 4th in 2014. Its premiere was on March 13th, 2014 in Hollywood, Los Angeles. So, after the events of the Avengers, Steve Rogers changes his role from soldier to spy for S.H.I.E.L.D. He discovers things that cause a chain of events that result in many secrets being revealed, both good and bad. So, I'm probably just going to be gushing this entire review.
Oh yeah, this movie's great. This is going to be just a repeat of the first Avenger review.
Honestly, it probably will be very similar to that, but me personally, I like this one a lot better than
I think I would give First Avenger the edge over this one just because the nostalgia I have for it. But if I was judging it's like the Batman, the Dark Knight review. I personally like the Batman more than I like the Dark Knight just because I like that movie more. But if I'm judging them on which one's a better film, Winter Soldier is better than Captain America.
We went over it in the first Avenger, and honestly, I think Winter Soldier has the better soundtrack. Mm-hmm. I think Winter Soldier has the better story. I think Winter Soldier has the better character development. I think Winter Soldier has, just overall better. I'm not even, trying to rag on the first Avenger at all. Winter Soldier, I think, is just that much better on every little step. Just overall, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. It really is a fantastic movie.
Yeah. I mean, the combat choreography, superior to First Avenger.
Absolutely.
The soundtrack, Winter Soldier soundtrack just hits me so hard every single time.
I think that this, Daredevil, and Shang-Chi have the best hand-to-hand combat in the entirety of the MCU.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Of the three of them, I think this has the best.
I would give it to Daredevil, but this is a good second.
The only reason you can give it to Daredevil is because it's 3 seasons of a show, whereas Winter Soldier is 1 movie.
Yeah, but I also think there's no fight in this movie that beats the season 3 finale fight with Kingpin, Bullseye, and Daredevil. I think that will never be top for me. It's one of the best fights I've ever seen.
I love that fight a lot.
The emotion behind it, the choreography, it's one take.
Yes.
The whole thing is one take.
That probably is the one thing that has over it. But
it's so good.
I personally think that the road fight scene is just on the same level. Mm. You have Falcon fighting them without his suit because he doesn't have it at that moment in time. And then you have Natasha fighting Winter Soldier, and you have Cap fighting the minigun and all the guys around him, and you have all the bullet ricochets and everything. And the sound design is so good. But anyways, we're not here to debate whether it's better than Daredevil. Just overall,
not yet.
We're here to talk about as a specific this movie in the MCU. So, question 1: is it a good movie?
Actually, no, I don't think this is a good movie. I actually hated watching it again. Can't stand it, dude.
Oh, man. But no, this
is a fantastic movie, yeah. Love this movie.
Yeah. It easily makes the top 3. Easily makes the top 3.
I was watching this and actively trying to find things I didn't like about it, and I found, maybe 2.
Maybe 2. So, yeah. If you could change anything about this movie, would you?
I would have, brought, more of a, connection between Falcon and Cap. We obviously see their first introduction in them running, but then we don't really get any build-up to why Sam Wilson would have such, undying loyalty to Captain America. which
Yeah.
isn't a problem with the movie. I just wish we could have
Yeah,
seen
if
more
you
of the
could have seen a little
relationship,
bit
and it
of
does build
build-up.
upon it later in the MCU, which is
Yeah.
good. But
I mean,
I just think it would have been better if they had a little bit more of a connection.
I agree with you, but I think they were actually trying to steer away from how Coulson was.
Mm.
Because I think they were trying not to make him too much like Coulson was in the Avengers. Because, like, they could have easily been like, oh, when Cap and Natasha visit Falcon's home, they could have had, like, a poster of Captain America up in the back.
I'm not even
like,
saying, like,
if
have
they
it be,
had
like,
had that little bit, I think I agree with you that if they had just been like, oh, yeah, you can see that Falcon has idolized Captain America before he's even met him, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about, like, just, like, the idolization. I'm just talking about, like, maybe we could have gotten a few more scenes of them before Falcon went on the mission with Cap.
But again, it's a movie, so
It's
you
a
have
movie,
the time
so,
constraints and everything.
Obviously.
So.
And one other thing I would have changed was... Why can't Natasha and Steve end up together at the end? Like, I honestly don't understand why we had to have the love story with Mark Ruffalo's Hulk and Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow when they set up perfectly a love story for Cap and Black Widow in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, even the whole time, Black Widow was trying to set Captain America up with these different girls, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, why don't
kiss him?
like seriously, why?
Which makes me realize that we forgot to do our hot takes, because one of my hot takes, I wrote 3. All 3 of them are kind of good, but the first one I wrote was, this might be the best movie in the MCU.
I don't think that's a hot take.
I mean, I see a lot of people who put this.
I think
put this top 5, but I don't see very many people who put this number 1.
I remember didn't I send you the reel today where it was somebody from the escape pod, and they were like
talking about Ragnarok.
Yeah, they were like, Ragnarok is so much better than Winter Soldier. It's like one of the best films in the MCU.
I can't watch anything else from them.
The other one was like, you gave Winter Soldier a 2, and you're giving
it was Guardians.
you gave Guardians a 2, and you're giving Ragnarok. We're not talking about Ragnarok. We're not talking about Ragnarok. We're being positive. For this video.
But the other hot take I had was, I think Black Widow and Cap had more chemistry than Cap and Peggy did. Like,
at the beginning of the movie, I was even talking to you about it. I was like, I don't know if Peggy and Steve or Natasha and Steve had better chemistry. I'm not sure. But
and then as the movie was going on,
once we reached the end of the movie, I'm like, yeah, Nat and Steve definitely have better chemistry.
Like, not to say anything bad against Peggy Carter's character.
No.
She does well enough in the first movie, but the charisma and the character between the two of them in this movie is superior to that.
For sure.
And then third thing I wrote, this is probably the best way we could have gotten Arnim Zola in the MCU, aside from his first appearance in the first Avengers.
I agree. I think it was... There are 2 ways the MCU does, like, big bombastic villains like that. Either they take them in a very grounded approach to where, like, yeah, it's like the comic, but it's more based in reality.
Yeah.
Or they take the character and they just say, screw the origin, we're going to give them all the fantasticness of what happened in the comics, but, like, none of the character.
Yeah.
So I think the 2 polar opposites I think of are Arnim Zola in this movie and MODOK in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Like, you have Arnim Zola, who is the character from the comics. He's just as, like, he's just as smart, he's just as tactically minded, he has just the right amount of sarcasm to where you would believe, like, people get mad at him for some of the stuff he said. And then you have MODOK, who looks like MODOK, who is kind of more comic accurate, but he doesn't have any of the origin, he doesn't have anything that makes people like MODOK, he doesn't even have, like, the android type thing, where he's, like, a robot who was made to conquer and conquest.
Yeah.
He's
not the leader of AIM.
He's just a random... He's just a guy stuck in the quantum realm who does Kang's bidding. Like...
Yeah.
Would I have loved to see the orange and purple MODOK suit in this movie? Probably not.
Arnim Zola.
Arnim Zola, probably not, but it would have been cool.
I mean, but for the MCU, like, if we
This is the best way they could have done it.
If we had gotten that Arnim Zola, I think it would have taken away from this movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have liked it.
It's the best way they could have done it.
Yeah. And, like, to bring him in, and I mean, obviously he's Hydra, so they had to bring him in for this storyline. but like the just the idea that he's not a combat focused thing, because Arnim Zola in the first Avenger, he's not combat focused. Like he's thinking, oh, what can I design to make this more efficient kind of thing, but he's never shown using a gun. He doesn't even hold a gun, I think, in the movie. And the only time he develops weapons, Red Skull is the one using them. And so I think the idea to make him the AI that's making the algorithm that writes Project Insight, I think that was perfect. I think that was perfect. And I've heard so many people who are like, why couldn't they just made it Arnim Zola the regular Arnim? And I'm like, do you know the comics? Like, Arnim Zola as Arnim Zola would not have fit in this movie.
And also, Arnim Zola in the comics is like intrinsically kind of tied to Baron Zemo, and that wouldn't have really worked. I think it's the perfect harmony of realism meets the comic books.
Yes.
And that's the perfect way that they blended them together was in this movie.
Yeah, and they didn't even outright say he's an AI of Arnim Zola.
Yeah.
They were like, oh no, this is kind of his consciousness.
Yeah, this is just him in a computer.
Yeah, but yeah. So those were my hot takes. Do you have any specific hot takes?
I think you covered all of them.
Okay, so back to what would you change? So you changed slightly.
Yeah. And I said in the first Avenger video that I would have liked if they had made Bucky younger to match up with the comic book, with the comic better.
And then they could have aged him up.
Yeah, but after watching this movie, I think that the brotherly dynamic does work better. But again, I would have liked to see the sort of like
the comic
father-son relationship they had, and that would have been interesting to see. But I think for the MCU, it's perfect.
Yeah, for sure. I think the one thing that I would have changed isn't quite like part of the movie, but just how it plays out. And I mentioned it while we were watching. If they had hidden Nick Fury's survival a little bit longer, like if they had interspersed Maria Hill like telling them the plan of what they have to do to take down the helicarriers, and then they reveal that Nick Fury was with them that whole time when Nick Fury steps off the helicopter. Like, I mean, fans of the comics know Nick Fury wasn't going to be dead.
Yeah.
Or assumed. I mean, my first time watching it, I was like, they might, but...
You know. I thought... I actually said to you that it would have been interesting if they had killed Fury in this movie and then had Maria Hill take over S.H.I.E.L.D. like they do in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Yeah. I thought that would have been interesting, but I'm glad they didn't kill him, because especially with what Nick Fury like comes back in later in the MCU.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head, Age of Ultron, you got his appearance in at the end of Avengers Infinity War where he calls Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
Man, there's so many quotable lines in this movie. I wrote down a whole bunch of them.
Absolutely, man. Like, the whole time, I could probably recite half of this movie just based off memory.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm just gonna, like, toss out a few lines that I remember. There's the one where he comes into his apartment and Nick's like, my wife kicked me out. And Steve's like, I didn't know you had a wife. And then it's the whole conversation over
the subtext conversation.
The subtext over the phone.
Good.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
Who the hell's Bucky? You got, I'm with you till the end of the line.
Oh,
you got so many good lines in this. You gotta keep both eyes open. Did I step on your moment from Black Widow? Sam Wilson, I do what he does, just slower. It's so good.
I got This Isn't Freedom, This Is Fear, when Nick Fury's showing him Project
holding a gun
Insight.
to everyone on Earth's head and calling it protection.
Yeah. Nothing I Could Do. I just felt like I was up there to watch, like from Falcon. Like, there's so many good lines like that. Told Me Not to Trust Anyone, and then Alexander Pierce comes back with, I wonder if that included him. Like, just
also
so
the manipulation,
like,
the manipulation of Alexander Pierce in this
know.
movie too. Because at the beginning of the movie, I'm like, oh, this is a good guy. He's Nick Fury's friend. He's upset that his friend's dead now. Was Nick Fury a bad guy? What's going on? But then once you get like later into the movie, and you're like, oh, this guy kind of sucks.
This guy's a little bit
Who was the woman? Who was the maid that?
Renata.
Renata, poor Renata, dude. She didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. So next question. Do you like when this was released timeline-wise? So right after The Dark World, we have the height of the MCU.
Yep. They're about to go on a legendary run. You got Captain America: Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Daredevil Season 1 all coming out around the same time.
Here, wait.
They're about to go on a legendary run right here.
Just from my personal feelings from it. So, Winter Soldier is technically a halfway point of Phase 2.
It is?
Yeah. So, there's 6 movies in Phase 2. Captain America: The Winter Soldier is the 3rd one. So, if you look at it this way, literally you have
It's all
Winter Soldier, and then you have like that.
Yeah, it goes from Winter Soldier to Guardians to Daredevil Season 1, and then,
just as the MCU,
just as the movies.
By,
you got Winter Soldier, Guardians, and then you go to Ant-Man, which I personally think is one of the most underrated MCU movies. I personally
really
love the first Ant-Man movie. And then you have Age of Ultron, which is one of the most hated Marvel movies, which I don't agree with. I think it's personally,
understand why.
I think it's
hated,
personally a
and
top
I
10
hate
MCU
a lot
movie.
of the things that are in that movie, but it is a good one.
I think it's a top
Like,
10 MCU movie, in my opinion.
I'll have to go through my old list and see. I mean, my list has probably changed like 8 times since the last time I wrote the list out, but
It changes.
I think it is up in the top 10. I think this one has stayed in top 3 since.
Oh, absolutely!
Like,
this has been
no matter what.
This movie was only dethroned by Spider-Man: No Way Home in the MCU, Spider-Man: No Way Home in the MCU took the #1 spot, but for the longest time, this was my #1.
See, and I was rewatching the MCU with my niece because it was her first time watching it. So I've watched No Way Home recently, and I mean, we weren't doing every movie; we were just kind of doing the main ones. So
yeah, just
we
like
didn't
which
watch
one
Captain
do you want to
Marvel
watch
and stuff. I think the only ones after Endgame we watched were No Way Home and Guardians 3 because she loves Peter Quill, so she was like,
Yep.
I gotta watch the final, the final Guardians movie. So I was like, okay, so we'll watch that one too. But I think I still like this better than No Way Home. Like, No Way Home definitely has that nostalgia factor and everything, and is fantastic, and probably stays in the top 3 with it. But I think Captain America is just a little above it still.
Yeah.
Like,
so would this be? What is this behind for you? What and Infinity War?
The possible one that it's behind is Infinity War,
and that's it.
and I think that's the only one. And personally, I think I have more problems with Infinity War than I have with this, because I think there is 1 or 2 parts that I do have a problem with Infinity War, but with this movie, I have nothing. Like, so it.
Yeah, it's
I
really
personally think this might be the best MCU movie.
It's really good.
Like,
it's my second.
Yeah.
Right now, just
Like,
because No Way Home.
Yeah,
it's not even recency bias. It's just like we'll talk about it when we get there.
I mean,
but,
eventually we'll get to that one. But anyway, so timeline wise, we said right after Thor: The Dark World, perfect movie. It's right in the middle of Phase 1 through 3.
Yep. And I think it comes out at like the perfect moment, even like in universe, because you obviously had the events of Avengers, and I think you do need to space out some of the like government stuff, because Avengers, even though it's like a big superhero movie, did focus on a lot of like
the
government like SHIELD politics, all that was going on. So then you get Iron Man 3, which is kind of a break, which obviously still does
it's still got
some political stuff inside of it, and then you get Thor, which is like completely separated from that. It's a big alien space opera adventure, and then you get this, which is back to the grounded, gritty style that the MCU thrives on.
And see, I think that's the big thing is like when you have it more grounded story wise, like it works so much better. And not to say that you can't have like the big space battles, you can't have like the big galactic villain, but like to build up to that, you need to have grounded conflict beforehand.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why the MCU started out so strong, is that it started grounded and slowly made its way up to Thanos kind of thing. And obviously there were some bigger ones thrown in, but like it had the proper build-up. And Winter Soldier, I think, is like the culmination of all of that. Like the idea of like, these are people fighting everything, like, at this moment in time. But,
Also, this is majorly off topic, but I cannot stand the hate that Phase 1 gets in the MCU. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but the fact that it's even an opinion for some people is insane. Like we were talking about not to promote a different channel because we obviously want more support here.
Yeah.
But if you're subscribed to us, go subscribe to the Escape Pod podcast. They're fantastic people. I don't
recommend it because if you have someone rating Ragnarok a 9 and Guardians of the Galaxy a 2, I can't watch that.
Well, I can't you can like one of them, but he said, the same person that said that Ragnarok was
a 9.
Said that you can skip over the entirety of Phase 1 and it doesn't matter. He said that every
hurts.
single movie in Phase 1 is a 5 or below except for the first Avengers movie. I can't even I don't understand how you think that. I mean, I guess I can get it because if you did watch Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, they start off with like,
if you're a comic fan, but at the same time, like if you're a comic fan, you're going to enjoy Phase 1.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to skip it. If you're a comic fan, yeah, you'll know the storyline. You'll know how a lot of things turn out. But, like, the movies aren't the same as the comics.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I love movies so much is because, especially comic book movies, because they can take the source material and they could do something completely different with that. Usually. And it's totally valid. Like, you can do that.
Yeah.
In a movie, and you can't really do that in a comic like that because comics have obviously years and years and years of mythos and history and lore and all of that. But movies, you could tell a 2-hour story and have it be completely separate from this.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yep. CGI. How do you think it holds up?
We talked about this while we were watching the movie a little bit, and you definitely notice the CGI. But it doesn't take you out of the movie, is the thing. I compared it to, like, aging like fine wine.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely taste that it's aged, but it doesn't make it worse. It somehow makes it better. Yeah. Because obviously you know that this big helicarrier is made out of CGI, and you can kind of tell. Not real. But it's like, it still looks fantastic.
And personally, I think the worst scene of that is when it's like the underside of the helicarrier and all the guns
once they're in the sky, it looks flawless.
And then that's the only spot that I like look at it and I'm like, that one, maybe you should have cut that. And then they show it again when Arnim Zola is talking to them, and it was like, man, of all the scenes that you could have shown, like, that's the one that looks really bad with the guns pointing towards the camera.
But this
overall, the CGI, fantastic.
And the best part is they barely use CGI. Pretty much everything in this movie is practical. All the stunts,
as much as can be. Like
practical. Every fight scene is practical.
Yeah.
There's barely any CGI used on most of it. Like
I remember seeing the behind the scenes of and you pointed out the kick where the guy goes into the edge of the ship and like flips off.
Yeah, where Captain America destroys this guy's back.
And like you get the behind the scenes and it's him getting launched backwards into the mats, and then obviously it's CGI takeover after that, but like just the amount of force just from that is like really cool.
It's so good.
And
I said this
at some point. Let's finish the questions before we get too far into our gushing, because it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of gushing. Yeah. Character-wise, do you think the characters were consistent?
Yes, I do. Yeah. This is probably the most consistent I've seen in the MCU, character consistency, because I don't think any character drastically changes motivations in this. Obviously, you have Captain America, who is a flat character in pretty much all of the MCU. A flat character is basically a character who doesn't change from things around it. He tries to make things change around him. Yeah. He stays very true to his beliefs throughout the entirety of the MCU, which is why he's probably one of my favorite characters in all of the MCU. You got Nick Fury, who is always awesome in these movies. Yeah. Black Widow stays very consistent, where she sort of has the spy espionage thing going on in the background. You obviously have the Redner Ledger, which gets references. Everything gets revealed at the end of this movie too, which was really good. And you obviously get character growth, like with Natasha and with Bucky. You see. By the way, Sebastian Stan does such a great job in this movie playing like the who am I?
Yeah, the confused but skilled.
Yeah, it's so good. And even like the just small bits of like hesitation, like when Steve calls him Bucky for the first time, you see he goes to shoot him and then he's like, wait.
Yeah, and you get that
and
little
then he
bit
fires.
of hesitation.
Yeah.
And the subtleties in this movie. I'll get to it later, but
man.
the subtleties of the acting in this movie is so good.
Really.
Like, oh man. But I think my favorite consistent part for the characters in this movie was specifically Cap. Because
Absolutely.
you have him
This
at
feels
the
like
beginning.
a Captain America movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This isn't an ensemble. It's Cap is the lead of this movie, and the other characters support him. Fantastic.
But like the opening scene, you have him running with Falcon, and then they go straight into the mission.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's Captain America as a soldier finishing a spy mission.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the difference between the way he handles the whole mission and the way everyone else is handling the mission.
Because you can see everyone else. You can see everyone else going in so stealthily, like taking him out. Cap just runs in and starts kicking people, chucking his shield around. He doesn't care. He's a soldier, not a spy, and that's
he keeps the alarms from going off. But that's like the most spy thing he does.
It's a very clear difference in this movie between spies and soldiers, and I think no character symbolizes that more than Cap. But if I had to say one other character did it, it's Falcon. Because you even get at the end of the movie, when Nick Fury asks Falcon to come with him, he's like...
He literally says, I'm more of a soldier,
not a spy. I would not help you very much.
Yeah, and, oh man, it's so good. And, again, we'll get to the gushing, and I want to start gushing now, but we got 2 more questions. End credit scene.
Yes, they set up Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron that showed Scarlet Witch...
Best female character.
Best female character in the MCU, and then Quicksilver. So you have that build up. And I remember the first time watching this and being like, I knew it was Scarlet Witch, but I wasn't sure if it was Quicksilver at first.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously I knew they were siblings and stuff, but I was like, are they trying to bring in like the Wizard and stuff, like old people from Captain America because it's Captain America end credit scene kind of thing. But just that initial part, and then all the speculation of like, oh, are they bringing mutants into the MCU kind of thing? Like, man, times were crazy back then. But yeah, so you had that one, and then you have the scene with Bucky going and reading his blurb on in the museum.
Oh yeah.
And like there's so many good emotional impact moments in this movie, and that's another one of them. Because like he's gone 50 years of doing missions for Hydra, and suddenly he's reading his history for that.
I think it's
kind of first time.
I think he started with the Soviets, didn't he?
Well,
it did look like Russian soldiers.
If I remember correctly, in the movie specifically, they said he'd been active as the Winter Soldier for 50 years. But obviously Cap went in for 70 years, which means Bucky was frozen for a little bit longer than Cap because he gets injured off of the train before Cap gets frozen.
Yeah,
so he had to been being brainwashed and programmed, getting the metal arm and everything. Like, so.
And we see what question are we on?
End credit scenes.
End credits, yeah. And then we see. I thought we were on a different question. I thought we were talking about. Yeah, we see Bucky talking, reading about his entire history, and I was thinking, that's so tragic.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you just forget everything about your life. You have no idea who you are, and then you go and you read about your entire life, your entire
history.
almost
killing your best
After
friend.
almost killing your best friend. And you're like, I have no emotional connection to any of the people that I'm reading about. I don't know who some of these people are, but I should, because, like, imagine, like, him getting to the part about, like, his parents. Like, he's reading about his mom and his dad, and he has no idea who they are. Like, that's so tragic.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people discount Bucky as being one of the most tragic characters in the MCU because of now in, like, phase 5 and 6, he's treated as more of a jokey character.
Yeah.
Like,
I still haven't watched Thunderbolts yet, so we'll not go too much
I won't
into
spoil
that,
you, but in Thunderbolts, he's not treated as, like, a tragic character, which I think he should be. And even in, like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, yeah, you get bits and pieces of it. But overall, he seems really well adjusted, which I think is really good for the character arc of him going from this tragic character to a character who can embrace who he is now.
But see, that's another part of the problem later for Endgame, because, like, if Bucky had gotten the shield, they could have done so much more with his character development. Because, yeah, he's no longer brainwashed with the time in Wakanda and everything. And I'm willing to go into this simply because this one is called The Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you have that time where he's no longer brainwashed, he's given the arm, and is essentially told, hey, you're going back to war.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of...
He gets, like, what, a year of being able to be, like, peaceful and be a farmer in Wakanda, and then he's yeah, you're going back. And then right when he goes back, he's gone for 5 years, and then when he comes back, he's back with his best friend for, like, what, a couple days, and then he leaves and grows old, and now Bucky's like, I guess I got Sam. Like...
yeah. Which, again, they could have done so much better with that, but we'll get into that at a later date. So... ranking the movie.
I didn't grab my laptop.
Okay, go grab your laptop. I mean, I've already said it at this point.
Yeah.
High S. It is the number one movie right now in the MCU for me. For this point.
Sorry, it's loading.
Yeah, it's all good. And I don't think you have any qualms with putting it above First Avenger.
I mean, I do really love First Avenger, but that could just be nostalgia talking, so I will put Civil War at the top.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
You better not put Civil War at the top. I definitely like this one better than Winter Soldier. Or Civil War.
So our current list reading looks like Winter Soldier, Captain America, First Avenger. Then you have Avengers, Iron Man, Thor, Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, Thor the Dark World, and the Incredible Hulk.
Which ones are in A?
In A, we have Avengers.
You should just put it up on screen.
Yeah, it's going to go up on the screen, I'm just telling you.
As long as you don't forget to this time. I think there's one or two that you've forgotten to put it up.
I don't think so.
Maybe, but I know there's at least one where I was like, oh man, I forgot what the tier list looked like, and then I went back to look for it, and I was like, oh, he didn't even put it in this one. I don't remember which one it was, but either way. So yeah. Soundtrack.
Incredible.
Absolutely phenomenal soundtrack.
It kind of reminds me of the Heath Ledger Joker with some of the like little bits and pieces we get with Bucky, like the
deep, but also you have the high pitched, and then you have like the low banging, and like, oh, the music is so good in this movie, and it's not surprising to me that the music is good, because like, again, first Captain America movie had some fantastic music, and I think this one, the main focus of this movie, I think the music matches so well, and I mean, its intensity and everything, like, it works.
Absolutely.
And the music's just phenomenal for this movie. And then you have combat choreography.
Oh, man.
If you are a fan of fighting, you need to watch this movie. Like, even if you don't like superhero movies, just watch this movie.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember I saw a breakdown of the scene.
The knife fight?
The knife fight. So, you see Cap, he throws his shield away, and it gets stuck. When Cap retrieves his shield, he blocks the knife attack up here, when Bucky throws it, like, right here. And he drops the knife down, and Cap reacts to go like that. But it was a fake out, and Bucky just punches him in the face right from there. I'm like, that is so genius, and that just shows how smart Bucky is with, like, fighting.
Also, the choreographer.
It's so good. It's like, so good.
Honestly, just
not even just fights, action.
Yes, you see when this movie
when
top tier.
When Cap flings himself onto the top of the plane or the jet.
Oh yeah,
and he takes it down.
Elevator,
I'm like,
but there's so many. Let's just start at the beginning. You have the boat.
You have the boat fight, obviously.
is so good.
You see Cap just running through
he
there,
takes
taking out
all but one guy, and then Rumlow comes and takes out that guy.
Yep. And not even just with Cap, with Black Widow too. You see her going through the ship and taking out the guys.
But then you also get that big distinction between Cap's fighting style and Natasha's fighting style. And you get to see, Black Widow's not going to overpower this guy. No, she's going to jump up and she's going to shock this guy and put
the one scene that I saw where Natasha was kind of acting like Steve, because obviously you see Steve, he's sort of I wouldn't want to say a brute, but he definitely relies on his strength. And he just goes at the person. Natasha more is tactical and all of that. The one time where Natasha just says to hell with it and just goes at one of these people is when Steve is like, Natasha, can I get a progress report?
Oh yeah,
and she's like, give me a minute, and just jumps on him and just
starts.
It's so good. It's so good.
And there's so many different things. You have the Batroc fight, which is great, and you have that moment where he's like, oh, look at the man with the shield kind of thing. And he's like, oh, you think I can't take you with the shield? He's like, okay. And then not even does he just put away the shield. He goes even further, and he's like, you're not wearing a helmet. This is even now. Let's go, kind of thing.
Yep. And he just takes him out.
Yeah.
I think it was probably better if Cap had he had a better chances if he had the shield. Because obviously when you have the shield, one hand obviously is going to be more weighed down, and it's harder to just get free throw combat. But as soon as he puts that shield away, it's just all hands, and he's done.
Yeah. And it's such a good scene, and
then you see him, he tackles him through. And then you even have, just the little details of when Natasha and Steve are running from the explosion. Natasha shoots the window before they jump through. Oh, it's so good.
Such great little details. I think, honestly, this might be the most subtle MCU movie, with the smallest details.
Yep.
There's so many little things that if you watch it and you don't catch, it's understandable if you don't catch it. It will take away from your experience if you don't catch it, though, at the same time. Shooting that window, the elevator scene where...
The elevator scene!
The little eye twitch of Rumlow when he turns back away from the Cap.
The sweat
the sweat coming down from the... I mean, they zoom in on that, but the eye twitch from Rumlow...
We're going too far.
We're going too far. We're still on the boat scene.
Yeah, we're at the boat scene. And then, it's just so good. And then we see them go back, and then we get, obviously, the conversation between Steve and Nick, and then we get the car chase.
Oh my God.
The car chase is so good. You get it. He gets hit by the cop, and then they go to try and bash through the window, and he waits until the last second to deploy that gun, just not to show his hand too soon.
Yeah.
And then you get the.
Before we get to that one, Alexander Pierce, best villain in Phase 2. Alexander Pierce might be the best villain in Phase 2.
So, in Phase 2, we have the fake Mandarin, the real Mandarin, Malekith.
You have
obviously
Alexander Pierce, Ronan the
Accuser,
Ultron.
I would give it to Ultron as the best. I'd say Ultron is the best of this phase. Pierce is a close
If you take
second.
it as solo movies. If you take
it as solo movies, Alexander Pierce is definitely the best.
Yeah. And I think, personally, that he might be the best from any of the solo movies. Even outside of Phase 2. You have Stain, who is great, from Iron Man 1. You have Loki, who kind of gets overused, so I bumped him down a little bit. You have Abomination, who is rough to call.
Are we talking about up till here, or are we talking about even later in the MCU?
I even go later. Okay, then who's better than Alexander Pierce from a solo movie?
I would give it to Vulture from Spider-Man: Homecoming. The way that they do his character in that movie is really good. I'd even give it to Quentin Beck Mysterio.
See, I like Vulture, and Mysterio's the only reason to watch Far From Home. But the charisma that Alexander Pierce has, while also being this dark and evil person, it feels like a villain. And like, you have that scene where he's talking to Bucky in his house, and Renata's like, oh, I'm leaving, kind of thing, and he's like, okay. And he's, like, almost completely calm in that situation. He's like, well, I'll have to kill her if she finds out, kind of thing. And then he goes and sits with Bucky, and then she comes back.
And he's like...
And rather than Bucky being the one to shoot her...
He's like,
you should have left. Boom! And he's the one who kills her. Even though it's Bucky's gun, Bucky's standing there... Mm-hmm. Like, doing nothing.
Yeah, and, like, I don't even...
Pierce is the one who kills her.
Yeah, and I don't even think that he had to. He probably just could have been like, don't say anything. But he went out of his way just to, like...
I mean, it would have been very hard for him to explain a lot of things, but obviously...
He wouldn't even have had to explain it. He could have literally just... He has the connection. He could have been like, if you say anything, I'll kill your family.
Yeah.
He went out of his way to kill her. That, in some ways, would have made more problems for him.
And he's calling her by her first name, which means he has at least somewhat of a emotional connection to this woman. And his only regret is, oh, I wish you hadn't seen that. That's his only regret before he pulls the trigger. Mm-hmm. Like, the subtleties of him in this movie are so good. And, like, you have him when, obviously, Nick Fury doesn't agree with him in the end, and he's talking to Nick Fury, and he's like, this is what we both want. And you have that back and forth with him and Nick Fury, and it's like, it's so well done, and every single time I watch this movie, I'm just like, he's probably the best solo movie villain in the MCU. Like, again...
No.
Okay, which one?
The High Evolutionary. Guardians 3?
You're right. That is a pretty great villain. Man, MCU's got some crazy
They really
villains.
do. Alright, so...
But anyways, so...
We get the car chase scene. You said this. I'm not going to take your take. You talked about the MCU humor. I'll let you explain that.
So they have the humor thrown in, and the humor starts the scene rather than ending the scene. Like, you have the cops pull up next to Nick Fury, and he's like, oh, you want to see my lease? And then the action starts, and then you get one joke where the AI is like
the air conditioner is still
working, which is humorous, but it's not thrown in as like, oh, this is people trying to be
It doesn't
funny.
feel forced, is the thing.
Yeah, because obviously it's one of the things that probably would still be running.
Yeah, so...
And
it's a robot. It's not like it's not going to say that. If it's still working and he's like, what's still working? It's going to say that. So it's not forced in there.
And then the whole scene plays out, and that's the only two things that happen, and one of them is 100% natural. The other one, you could say it's forced, but it's still natural because you've got the two cops staring Nick Fury down, and he's like, oh, you want to see my lease kind of thing? Like, it's 100% natural, and a lot of the MCU after this point is like, you have a big fight scene, and to end the fight scene off, let's throw a one-liner.
Yeah.
And it's like... Yeah. That takes away from all the impact that happened during the fight scene, because now, instead of people being like, oh man, that was serious what just happened, they're like, ho ho ho! Yeah. And that's all the laugh you get, because the joke wasn't as funny, because it's taken away from such a good scene. Mm-hmm. And, man, it's frustrating. And I didn't even realize it until watching it this time. Like, that's how the humor has changed the most for the MCU. Is that it has changed where it is timed. Mm-hmm. And, I mean...
To where it doesn't feel natural. It feels like somebody went out of their way to make a joke.
Yeah. And, oh man, so crazy. But it's definitely one of the things that has become an issue.
Yep. And then we get we obviously get Nick being rushed to the hospital, and we see all the characters. The subtle acting in that scene, too, because obviously we see Steve and Natasha are sitting there
and
watching.
Hill comes in.
And then Hill comes in, and you could just see the look of, pure terror on Maria Hill's face.
Yeah. She definitely didn't know he had taken the drug until after. Yeah.
And then you obviously see Steve walk away, and you see Natasha, or who walks away first? Natasha walks away first?
Natasha walks away first, and Steve is still standing there, looking over the dead body.
Just the subtle acting.
And it's, and aside from Clint, Nick Fury's obviously the closest person that Natasha has ever gotten to, aside from Captain America in this movie. Mm-hmm. So, you have that emotional connection, and I wasn't paying enough attention, but I'm pretty sure when he flatlines in the hospital room, that you get a lip quiver from Scarlett Johansson. And, the little subtle
The
things
subtle
are
details
so
are
good
so
in
good
this movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many little things.
Even the detail, which they didn't even have to add, of painting the shield for the stealth mission.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't even have to add that,
but
they
to
did.
do it, but they did it because
And it's
it
become
made
one of
sense.
like most iconic looks for the shield. Like when you think of Captain America's shield, the first thing you think of is obviously the red, white, and blue, and then the second thing you think of is the tinted blue. Yeah. Like it's become so iconic in Captain America iconography. It's so good.
I mean, going off on a slight tangent, but I hate the shield design, the Wakandan shield design.
Oh where they're just like
I hate that so much. But anyways, so
well, I don't mind it just because it's like, well, if they need a shield,
it's bigger. It should be bigger. They're tiny little like wrist guards. They're not actually shields.
I mean, it's made of vibranium.
I mean, yeah,
and it's not like
in that case, just give him a vibranium suit like Black Panther. Like...
And I mean, it's not like they're going into this battle and they're gonna have people like firing guns at them, because I understand like in World War II. People are shooting at you. You're going to need a big protective shield. But with this, it's just like wrist guards, because they're going to be coming at you like melee attacks, so you can block them.
But they don't know that at that point.
I mean, they kind of do.
No, the only people they know is Midnight, Midnight's husband, whatever.
No, because they see the fleet coming, and that's when
T'Challa
goes get that man a shield.
Yeah, but they already have it made.
Yeah, obviously they would have it made just because.
Just give him a Black Panther suit. Whatever. Anyways, different movie, different critiques for a different time. But so after Nick Fury's death scene, then you have the elevator fight.
It goes so hard, dude.
Again, the subtleties. You have Rumlow come in and he's avoiding eye contact with Cap the whole conversation, and then when he turns around and looks at the door, you see his eye twitch. And like it's on the side that Captain America can still see, and
you even see Cap register it. He's like
something's not
something's
right.
off right.
And then the next guy walks in and sweating, and he's like completely avoiding eye contact with Cap. Like
that is detective work that I wish we could see in a Batman movie.
I know.
Like
I almost made a comment and said Winter Soldier is the best Batman detective story.
Like, dude, could you imagine if, let's say, in some future Batman movie, you have Batman in like Arkham Asylum or something, and he's going down the elevator with Arkham guards, and he's just picking up on all these little details, like the guards are getting a little shifty.
Oh man.
Oh, and we didn't even bring up the line, does anyone want to get out before we start? It's such a cold line, dude.
He's like, yeah, you guys all know you're screwed. It's like, the only chance you had was if you took me by surprise. And now I've just told you, you don't have that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and you even see, like, even the small details in the fight, where you see Cap, he's in a chokehold, and they're trying to, like, restrain him with the magnets. And he breaks off the first one. They come at him with the taser, and he deflects it into somebody else.
Yeah.
And then once he gets this one hand locked up, that's when he realizes, I need to take these guys down quick so I can get this off. Yeah. So he's just backhanding these guys. And then he gets up on the side of the thing. He climbs up, and he just backflips off of it.
Oh, man.
And then we see him take down everyone. And then Rumlow is like, it's nothing personal. And then we see him take him down, and he's like, it feels personal, and he kicks up the shield.
So even that has the subtlety where Rumlow's like, it's not personal, and then Cap literally, more violently than any other guys, throws him into the elevator ceiling and lets him drop to the ground.
Like, he went out of his way to do that.
No,
like, he could have just
personal.
He could have, like, there was an opening I saw where Cap could have just one-shot him. He went out of his way to pick him up and chuck him into the ceiling. And then you obviously see the doors.
Another thing, it's so subtle.
Yeah, and then you see the doors open and the guards are coming at him.
Oh my gosh!
And in a split second, he turns and he hits the thing, and the thing drops. Oh, it's so good! It's so good. One of the I don't want to say the best action scene, but it is really good.
This is the thing. That elevator fight scene beats the hallway fight scene in Daredevil for me. The street fight between him and Bucky, that one is on the same level as the final fight in Daredevil Season 3. So, for me, it puts it just a little above Daredevil for me. But, just saying, I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah. We'll talk about that when I review Daredevil.
Yeah, but, oh man. And then you have the Quinjet that's hovering above the bridge, followed by the cleanest superhero landing ever. Bam!
And even
shield.
before that, when he jumps out of the side of the elevator.
I mean, that one wasn't as clean.
I know it wasn't as clean, but it's also really cool because
yeah,
even the physics of it, you're watching him go down, and he spreads like fully like this,
he does
and you
the
see
skydriver's drop,
you see the arm with the shield gets lifted more than this one. It's just the attention to detail they get. And when he goes in, when he tucks, he hits the ground. Oh, that had to hurt. That had to hurt.
It definitely did, and it's so good, and man. Then you have the mall scene.
Oh yeah.
I think the mall scene is the best contrast between Natasha as a spy and Steve as a soldier. Like, and it's not even done in a super subtle way for that one, because once the guys enter,
I know what
he's
you're
like,
talking about.
oh, there's two there, there's one there. Like, I'll take these two on the right, and you take the one on the left.
And that's like,
wait,
we can
put your arm around me and laugh.
Walk out of this.
She's like, put your arm around me and laugh.
Yeah, because Steve as a soldier is more like, I'm in a situation where I'm in danger. I need to neutralize the threat and get out of here. Natasha is more like,
I need to not be seen.
I need to just not be seen. It's such a... It shows the difference in mentality between a soldier and a spy. A spy looks for a way to get out of there with the least amount of collateral damage and the least amount of spotlight on them. But Steve, he's not educated
like, I just
in
have
that
to
way.
get out.
He's just like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah, and
like,
if there's two people in my way, I take them out.
Exactly.
And then you have even more chemistry between them, where she starts teasing him about the kiss and everything.
Yeah,
like,
you even see when he's like, public displays of affection make people uncomfortable.
Yes,
Steve's
they
like,
do.
Yeah, they do, and then they kiss. And Natasha, what does she say? She's like,
was that your first kiss?
No.
Oh no.
She's like, are you still uncomfortable? And he's like, that's not the word I would use.
Not the word I would use.
Oh my god.
But oh man, there's so many good parts. And then you have them going to the facility in Jersey.
New Jersey.
And then you have Arnim Zola.
Yep.
And maybe it's just the way the screens are, but I love the way Arnim Zola sounds.
Oh yeah, with the green.
Like, you have the green code lines showing his face.
Sort of Matrix type vibe.
Yeah. And then just the way he talks to them. Like, he's like, oh, I know everything I need to know. Like, I can say whatever I want, kind of thing. And
you
then
can't do anything. Like, I'm already dead.
Yeah.
This is just my intelligence. And then you even see when Cap like punches the screen, and Arnim just switches to another screen, and he goes, "As I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted." and then you get the drone coming in, and it blows it up. And I love how they get out of that, where Steve sees the grate, and he registers it immediately. Because he throws it, he gets down, he covers Nat.
Oh man,
it's so good.
Yeah, and then you have Falcon, and then it's more subtle acting, because you have Steve interacting with Natasha after all of this, and she's like, "I thought I knew whose lies I was telling. Turns out I turned KJB into Hydra."
And even when they're talking, Natasha goes, "Would you trust me to save your life?" And Steve goes, "I would now." Yeah. And that's just like, it's so... it's so good. It's so good.
And I wish we had gotten more payoff. And that's another thing that I'm like, yeah, those two... Natasha and Cap had way more chemistry than Peggy and Cap.
Yep.
Not saying anything bad about Peggy, but Cap had way more chemistry with Natasha.
Even in movies where they're pushing Natasha to be interested in someone else, they still have better chemistry.
Yes.
Like, I remember the one scene in Age of Ultron where Bruce and Steve are talking, and
I've seen her flirt before.
And he's like, what?
It's like, what? Yeah, but, oh man, and then just...
Up close and personal.
This movie is probably... I mean, the most accurate Black Widow, the most accurate Cap.
Oh yeah,
that we have ever gotten.
Mm-hmm. And like, you get the scene at the end where he gives the big speech. That speech!
Oh, I have that one written down. Not like the whole thing written down, but man. And then you get Tommy Lee Jones in the bunker.
You see him.
You get a picture of him. Haley Atwell was earlier, and
you get the Howard Stark
from
Captain America. Not the new one they cast for Iron Man 2.
Yep. Which is interesting, because, I mean, it makes sense to use it that way, but at the same time, like,
it's
already changed
kind
actors,
of reminds me
technically.
of, like, how comic book artists, like, even in the same series, that's one of the reasons why I think that the DC EU should be able to just change actors and change costumes in between.
Yeah, and still have
the same through
continuity.
line going through, same continuity. Because in comics, you have, when a new illustrator takes over the book, people look different. The style changes. People look different. I think one of the most famous adaptations of that is the switch from Steve Ditko to John Romita Sr. Steve Ditko drew Spider-Man very skinny, very stocky, like sort of more like how Andrew Garfield's interpretation was of it, where they embrace the spider.
Yeah.
And then when John Romita takes over, he's obviously more buff, he's built, he's got a handsomer face, sort of like how Tobey Maguire's was, where he's more like a traditional superhero.
Yeah. But, yeah, no. It was kind of interesting to see it that way, especially because, he had been recast at that point.
Yep.
Which I'm not upset about. I don't think the new guy did too bad at being Howard Stark, but, like, the old guy was great at Howard Stark, so it was like, why change it kind of thing.
And even it was because we didn't see did we see what Howard Stark looked like in Iron Man 1?
In Iron Man 1, no.
Yeah, because the first time we
didn't get any pictures, I don't think, and we didn't get any videos or anything of him.
The first time we see him
was
is
just
in Iron
name
Man
dropped.
2,
Yeah, so, well...
We see him in Captain... the actor, I mean. The first time we see the new actor is in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
And I don't think we see the actor from First Avenger ever again now. Because in Civil War, it's the new guy.
Yeah, from here on out, it's the new guy. But then you have the return of Sitwell.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was on the boat in the beginning, and then the representative from Iron Man 2.
Yeah, you see him. And then you see him get arrested at the end.
It's one of the things that I think misses a lot is when they actually have a built continuity and they actually have a proper character
they bring
setup.
Characters back.
Because he was Iron Man's technology needs to be for everyone. Because he was going to take it and incorporate it into Hydra. He is trying to take it.
It's so genius.
He is trying to take it for Hydra, and it's built up in that way. Like, you can tell he does not have the best interest. You don't know he's Hydra at that point, not until this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's
he still
all
has
set
that
up
set
and
up,
makes sense.
and it's properly set up. And then, and then you have Stephen Strange gets mentioned in this.
Yes, we get a Doctor Strange. Which is kind of weird, because I think Doctor Strange has two appearances where he's just name dropped, we don't see him, and it's never discussed again. Because we obviously get the drop in Spider-Man 2, and now we get his name drop here. And it's just kind of weird that happens twice.
It's good, but it's taken.
It's taken.
Then you get one of the best action scenes in all of the MCU. And it starts out with the car, and literally you get Sitwell pulled out and thrown into a moving truck.
You get the...
man.
And you can hear him get hit by the truck too. Like, you hear the splatter. It's
punchy and
then you get
solid.
Sam.
And
you even see the differences between the characters, because obviously you have Sam, who just got back into this world. He's not as adept. He's not as aware. So when he hears the guy on top of the car, he doesn't know what to do right away.
He's still just driving.
You get Black Widow's reaction immediately, where she jumps into the front seat because she knows that Bucky's about to start shooting at her. And then you get Steve immediately pulls the brake to send him flying. Like, it's just the way everyone
even
reacts.
In that, they have such subtleties, because obviously he's not going to shoot the driver first.
Yeah.
He shoots for Black Widow first, who's already moving to save Cap.
Mm-hmm.
Then he shoots for Cap, who has been saved by Black Widow. And then he shoots for the driver, because obviously the driver's the last person you're going to want to shoot in that situation, because you're sitting on top of a moving car.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
and
just
then
like...
Steve pulls the brake and he goes
man.
like... And when he grabs when Bucky uses his arm to stop him from sliding, and he gets up and he just starts walking back towards the car.
Starts walking at them. Oh, man. And it's like, oh, man. Oh, I forgot something that I wanted to mention. The way they explain the algorithm... absolutely terrifying, and could definitely happen nowadays.
Yes, they take people's past information, they put it into an algorithm, it runs it through, and then predicts what their future will be like. And I would assume most of the time it's correct.
Yeah. Probably a good 98% of the time it would be correct. And like the things that he says, he's like SAT scores, who you voted for, things like that. And he's like going into all these little details, and it's like, yeah, this is information the government already has.
Yeah.
It's not a great sign.
Like this movie came out when
2014.
2014. So over 10 years ago? Over 10 years ago.
12 years ago at this point.
Yeah. And it's such like a cautionary tale to what would happen if the government got that much power.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, I didn't want to take away from the action scene, but before we move past that, I did want to point that out. Like, the idea of that algorithm is scary, and it's probably another reason why I like this movie so much.
Yeah,
like they don't shy away from it. They're like, this is literally something that could happen, and at some point probably will happen, kind of thing. Like.
And then you even see when the car gets wrecked and they fall out of the car. It's so genius how they set up the fight scene, because you obviously have Cap, Sam, and Natasha fall out of the car, but not all of them land in the same place. So Natasha and Steve slide, and Falcon
first because he's not on the door as much.
So he's back on the bridge farther. They're ahead. Then you see Steve get hit and flown backwards, and Natasha runs.
Right into a bus, man.
Yeah.
He had to be hurting.
So then you see Natasha go off of the side of it while Steve's still on the bus.
Such a good scene with that
she
car explosion and the swing around.
And then you see her shoot up at Bucky to distract him. She runs farther. And then you see Bucky say, I've got her. Find Captain America, gets off, and then Sam's on top of the bridge, but no one's paying attention to him. So he comes around, takes out those two guys, and he starts firing down, giving Cap and Natasha some cover. It's so genius how the fight was just planned out and everything.
So well. And then you have some of the best sound design with the ricocheting bullets off the shield.
Where it's like the...
and he ricochets him into the one guy.
And then even... Why is Captain America so extra in this movie? He could have just tackled the guy. But no, he jumps off of the car, does a somersault over him, pulls him off, throws him on there. I'm like, what? You didn't have to do that. You wanted to do that.
You wanted to do it. You were like, man, this guy just needs taken down. Like, oh, man. And then you have Natasha versus the Winter Soldier, and
when she gets shot through
and like, well, not even
at
that point
and you
yet.
even have her planning too. Yeah, she pre-records it, leaves it there. He hears her. She knows he's gonna hear it. He rolls the grenade. As soon as it explodes, she comes in. And I love how she even when she wraps him up, she gets his hand too.
Well, he gets his
hand is restrained. And then
I know.
That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Because he doesn't want his
and then he grabs her with the robotic arm and chucks her forward. And I'm like, that just shows how strong that arm is. He was able to pick up a fully grown woman and throw her for like 12 feet away. I'm like,
oh man. Oh, it is so good. And then she's obviously trying to run away.
And she gets shot through the shoulder.
Shot in the shoulder.
I thought Black Widow was done. And then you see Steve obviously come out from the thing and they start fighting. And then it's so good how they do the unmasking. Because they're fighting. They get turned around. Steve grabs the back of him to throw him. And the mask comes off. And then he gets up. And
you have that nice combat with
the immediate stop from Steve. Where he was in full, like, fight or flight mode, he's going at this guy, and then as soon as he sees Bucky's face, he's like,
whoa, what just happened, kind of thing.
And then it's like, Bucky? Who the hell's Bucky? It's so good.
Yeah, and just one of the best hand-to-hand scenes out of the MCU. Like, just Bucky versus Cap, you have the shield punch and everything, like, the knife drop, the flipping of the knife to try and get around the shield. Like, so many
and the fact it was all filmed practically.
Oh my gosh.
They rehearsed that for
I can't even
weeks and weeks and weeks to
how
get that
hard
right.
It would have been to get that perfectly well done. And as much as I hate shaky cam, I think
it works when it used properly.
This one was the best use of shaky cam I've seen, where you can still see what's going on, but you have enough that you could speed it up and it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
And it's such a good scene. And
it really is.
Every fight scene in this movie was so good. Oh, man. Then, after they escape, they go to... Or, no, they don't escape, because they get captured by Hydra. And then Hill helps them. And then
And
you
she,
get,
she takes
then
off
you
the,
get-
she electrocutes the guy, takes off the thing. Who's this guy?
She goes, "Oh, it was crushing my head. Who's this guy?"
Yep.
I
And then you get
I made
them-
a joke about it, and I was like, "Oh, she's just saying she has a big head. She's just admitting it right there and there." Which, if you watch her in Spidey's Heroes, she really does have a big head. Like, she's like, "Oh, I am Nick Fury," kind of thing. And then Nick Fury shows up, and it's like, "No, you're not even close to Nick Fury."
Like Nick, I think in an episode, Nick Fury literally breaks into her apartment. She goes for her gun. Nick already
got
has
the
it,
gun.
and is like, "Hill, just stop. I gotta tell you some things." Yeah, but then you obviously see Maria Hill. They go back to the base,
Yeah.
and
Joe
Joe
is the
Russo shows up
doctor.
as the doctor. Yeah,
Yep.
and then you
So-
see obviously them formulate the plan. The reveal that Nick Fury's still alive, which you said I'm gonna let you. Did we already talk about that?
Yeah, I had mentioned it a little bit about what we would change, and I mean, you don't even have to change it, because obviously, if you're a comic book fan, you know Nick Fury's not going to be dead. But at the same time, it would have been cool if they had done, like, as they were planning, cut that in with them
intercut with
executing
the plan,
plan, and then
when
Nick
Fury
Fury shows up in the helicopter,
that would have been the most insane
It would
return.
have
Everyone
been
would have
crazy.
freaked out.
that would have been a crazy way to bring him back, because then it would have looked like, hey, they're making this plan with Hill, and then you could have waited until Cap was like, hey, we're not salvaging anything, like, we're destroying all of this, like,
And then it turns and
and
reveals
then-
Nick is there.
and then you could have that conversation show up after Nick Fury is revealed to be
Yep.
alive, kind of thing. But again,
Yeah.
it was good.
It doesn't matter,
It was good the other way too.
Yep. And the one of the only complaints I have about this movie is kind of how dumb Cap is when it comes to some of his fighting decisions, because you obviously see him throw the shield at Bucky but we didn't even talk about the rooftop encounter where he's running
Oh my
through
gosh,
when
the
he's running
rooftop
through the
chase.
office and you see him
we
he
completely
bashes his shield into the side of the wall to stop
cannot
himself
believe
because he's
we
running so
missed
fast.
that.
Then he's running through, he busts through the doors, throws his shield, jumps through the
Dude,
window.
watching the behind the scenes for him bursting through the walls and everything. Ooh, it's
Yeah.
so good.
But
Like,
back to what I was saying. So you see him, he throws the shield at him the first time, and Bucky just
Yeah.
catches it, no problem. Throws it back at him. Then you get later in it where we get the bridge fight scene. Steve throws his shield at Bucky maybe twice. One, he deflects it into the car.
yeah,
And no, the first time, Bucky just takes the shield from him.
yeah, that one
He,
wasn't
he
thrown.
just flips
He
it out,
flips-
takes it from him.
He
and
flips
then,
Cap and gets the shield away from him.
and then Bucky throws it at Steve.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
deflected
what's in
into
the
the
car.
van. And then when he goes back to the van, he doesn't throw it then. And,
yeah,
you know,
so
we go
he
through that whole thing.
did learn from it during that fight.
And
scene,
then when we
but
get to the
then-
helicarrier
yeah.
scene, he throws his shield at him like 4 or 5 times. Every single time it gets deflected.
every time he's like,
Every time. And I'm like, and then he throws it the one time and it's deflected and he can't get back to it. I'm like, stop throwing your one,
it's like,
the
just-
one thing
just
that can
use it.
protect
Just use
you.
it as a shield and fight him that way.
I'm
But
like,
at the
every
same
time you throw it, it gets deflected. Why do you keep throwing it? Learn from your mistakes.
But at the
and-
same time, something you pointed out, when he fights Batroc, he's better at the hand-to-hand when he's got his shield on
Exactly.
his back.
But that's a Batroc.
But
Bucky
See,
is a different story. Because
that's the thing.
Bucky, because
this is
Batroc
his
didn't use
second-
any long-term
no. This
range
is his
weapons.
second time fighting Bucky. So, he's trying to distract Bucky with throwing the shield and then go in for close hand-to-hand combat.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that...
And I'm not saying it's smart, because obviously he knows he can't win that.
Exactly, but what I'm saying is that one, Batroc is a normal guy.
Yes,
He doesn't have
yes.
any super soldier serum, nothing. All he's good at is
And
acrobatics.
Cap knows that Bucky has the super soldier serum. And
Yeah, so that's one thing.
Like,
And then, obviously, you have Bucky has the metal arm.
yes.
And Bucky has 4 guns on him at all times and 6 knives.
And he keeps
So he has all of the long-range weapons, which is the reason he has a shield is to stop bullets, and he keeps throwing it away.
Yeah.
So then when if Bucky pulled out a gun, boom. And then
Which,
even
I
with
mean, he
knives,
does.
even with knives, he gets cut, he gets I'm like,
Yeah.
why do you keep throwing away your one mean of protection?
Yeah.
That's the one complaint that I have about this movie, the one
Yeah,
thing.
that's true. But yeah, and we kind of glossed over it before, but Cap's speech, so good.
Mhm.
And
It's a
It's
high
the-
cost, but it's
it's
the one
the-
I'm willing to pay.
well, no, he doesn't even say that. He's
like,
like it'll be a high cost, but I bet I'm not the only one willing to pay.
Yeah, he's like,
which
it's a
is
high
much
cost-
different than it's one I'm willing to pay.
I was thinking of the Lord Farquaad.
yeah,
from
no.
Shrek.
Many of you will die.
But
A
it's
price that I'm willing to pay.
No, but he's like, freedom comes at a high cost, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's willing to make it.
Yeah.
And then you have the tech nerd who stands up to Rumlow and is like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And then you have everyone with the guns.
And even that scene, it's done so well because everyone who they're pointing their gun at is based off of who they're pointing their gun at.
Yeah.
So it's like,
so
oh,
you see
you're
the
pointing your
soldiers
gun at
pulling out.
Rumlow? Okay, I'm Hydra. I'm pointing my gun at you. And everyone's like, oh, you're pointing it at that guy who's pointing at Rumlow? Oh, I'm pointing it at you, kind of thing.
It's so brilliant. It's so good.
It's so good. Oh, man. And then he got his classic suit back from
He did. He got and it's a little updated. It's got a few
It's got a little
tweaks.
bit of tweaking.
It's got I noticed how when he had it at first, he had like when like goalies, they have like the little like square padding. That's what he had on his first one, but this one it's much cleaner. It doesn't have as much. The gray is toned down in a lot where you saw the satchels. That's a little muted more. It looks more like a classic Captain America costume
and I mean,
than the militarized one that they had in the
It would have
first
to be
Avenger.
a remade costume because obviously he
that
was
one,
wearing that one when he went down.
Yeah, that one would have been full of mold. It would have been torn up. Like it wouldn't have been good to put on display. So obviously they made
they had to make a new one.
Yeah.
And they made some changes in it. It
looks
great.
Like even the ears.
And you even pointed it out. I don't remember if you pointed it out in our first Avengers one, but it's showing him like, I'm not embracing the new way of running
he's
things.
I'm
going back to tradition.
Roots,
I'm going to the OG kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's one of the things that is crazy good about this movie.
It also shows the difference between what people perceive Captain America as. Because obviously back then, he was perceived as like this big movie star and everything, and then he's perceived as a soldier. That's why he has all the tactical armor and everything. But now he's perceived as a symbol. So obviously he's not going to be wearing something that looks like you could run into the heat of battle and you'd be fine, like big tactical armor and everything. It's going to look more comic book, more clean.
Yeah.
And I think what they did was they took the first Avenger costume, obviously the militarized one, and they combined it with the Avengers one and mixed that together and took the best out of both worlds.
Yeah. And it really does look fantastic. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm still a fan of this suit. I like the stealth suit.
I personally like the one he wore in the final battle more, but this one definitely is great.
And here's where you're going to be surprised. I think I changed my mind.
Really?
I think that the one that he wears in the final fight, I like it better than the stealth suit now. Like, watching this movie again, I think I do like that one. So, but then, we got this fantastic scene with just everything, and then the end of the 3 helicarriers, like, oh man, the explosions of the helicarriers going off is so good. Like, also 2-man job to take down 3 helicarriers. Like,
we couldn't have got Black Widow up there.
It's like
maybe you could have sent Maria. Oh no, Maria
was doing the operations.
I mean, I guess it does make sense because they couldn't have called in like Clint or Iron Man.
Just imagine if we had Hawkeye in this one as well. That would have been crazy. But where would he be at this point? He'd be off on a mission.
He's
somewhere.
a member of the Avengers. He'd probably be on a mission with his family. Shield. Yeah, we don't know about his family yet, so he could be there.
He could just be visiting his family at this point, which would make sense because he would have no contact with Shield.
Exactly.
So just imagine
he comes back and he's like,
I have no job.
What happened?
Like, what just happened? I have no job now. Oh man. You pointed it out. The parallels on the catwalk.
Oh yeah. So when we see Bucky and Steve on the final helicarrier, the last one that hasn't been turned, we see them on this catwalk staring at each other. And I thought that mirrored the Red Skull Captain America face-off in the first Avenger, where obviously Arnim Zola pulls the lever and it separates, but like just the imagery of that.
Yeah.
And obviously even in the first Avenger, you see underneath them, it's engulfed in flames. Underneath them, it's all water. Yeah. Like, just the difference in, like, the setting and everything, but the shot still looks the same. It clicked for me immediately.
Yeah.
And it's the first time I noticed
it was a really cool thing, for sure. And then one of the things that I noticed is, once the mission's over, Cap doesn't throw any more fists with Bucky. He's like, that's it.
He's like, once he knows no one's in danger, he's like, I'm not going to fight my friend.
I've saved everyone, and he's like, now you can complete your mission. He is like, I've done my mission, now it's your turn, kind of thing.
And Bucky
and
doesn't.
It's such a good scene.
And then we
and
see
it's
Bucky
another
going
one of those
to...
subtle things where it's like, as a soldier, what is your job? Your job is to complete your mission. You are not allowed to stop until that mission is complete. So him throwing the shield down and being like, I'm with you till the end of the line. And it's like, I'm letting you complete your mission. And it's like, oh, it's so good.
So good.
It's so good.
So good.
Oh, man. And then you have the...
We didn't even bring up On Your Left.
No, we didn't. I personally believe that Till the End of the Line is much more iconic than...
I don't think it's more iconic just because it doesn't show up as often.
I mean, it doesn't, but I mean, specifically, if I was to watch this movie, I would have imagined I'm with you to the end of the line. Would have been the bigger one. In this movie,
it's a bigger thing, I'm with you till the end of the line. But with, like, the entirety of the MCU, On Your Left is such an iconic moment. You get it, obviously, in this movie.
No, I'm 100% agreeing.
And then it comes back in Endgame.
But for me, personally, I wish that had been the one.
Yeah, I agree.
Then you have Alexander Pierce getting shot and Natasha
you gotta keep
and
both
everything.
eyes
Man.
open.
And it's another one of those things where it's literally Alexander Pierce trying to convince Nick Fury, like, I want you on my side. You want to be on my side. And he's like convincing him by like, oh, this is what S.H.I.E.L.D. wants.
And
this
we
is
actually
what
hear
you want.
We actually hear where Nick Fury gets that ideology from. It's from his grandfather who used to work on the elevators. You hear him be like, my grandfather, he loved people. He didn't trust them, though.
He didn't trust them.
Like, it's when his grandfather got approached on the street and they were like, what's in the bag? He showed him a bunch of crumpled $1 bills and a loaded 22. And I'm like, that's where he gets his ideology from. He's like, don't hurt people right away, but just have a plan.
Yeah,
if something
plan
goes south.
for the worst,
hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
Yeah,
and it's so good. And then when Alexander Pierce dies and says "Hail Hydra," I kind of feel like they were trying to imply that Hydra's not gone, which Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. might do something with.
Well, Hydra isn't gone. We see it come back.
Which movie?
Age of Ultron.
Oh yeah,
that's all still Hydra.
Yeah, I guess that's still Hydra, but
and
like,
then I
feel like a more subtle Hydra is
the
what
whole
I mean.
beginning of Avengers: Age of Ultron
is
we hear a line drop where it's like, this is the last Hydra base.
Yeah,
so that's where they finish off Hydra, and then this is the start of them realizing it's a problem, and then Avengers: Age of Ultron is where they finish the Hydra.
They finally finished it. But what I mean is like Hydra as a subtle background thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, Age of Ultron still has the Hydra bases that they're going and taking out and everything. Like, but like if they were to still be hidden and trying to control things in the background, like they obviously were for many years, and obviously it would not be easy to stop that.
Yeah.
But that's more of the idea that I was hoping for from it, which, I mean, I guess technically they could still do something with it, but if you have Falcon trying to defeat Hydra, like, it's not gonna feel the same.
Yeah.
Like, and I won't call him Captain America, because if you give him a vibranium suit and not super soldier serum, like, he's not Captain America.
I don't know.
But that's for down the line. But one of the things I was thinking of was nobility and morality in superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, after watching this movie, I was thinking about that, and I was like, weirdly, this movie made me think a lot of, like, I guess it would be Golden Age Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's literally an all-powerful god, but he's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm not saying you can't have a compelling story. I mean, obviously, Invincible, like, the storyline there is essentially Superman versus Superman. Yeah. Like, you have immoral Superman and moral Superman both clash.
And see what happens.
Yeah, but, like, I love this person has the right mindset. They know what they're doing, and they are powerful enough to enact good.
Yep.
And, like, I don't know why I thought of that during this movie, but it was just something I thought.
This movie provokes a lot of scenes and a lot of thoughts that
yeah, and
it's a very it's a very action-packed movie, but it's also a very philosophical movie of like, what is protection? What is safety? What is freedom? It's like, would you sacrifice your freedoms to keep the world safe, or would you rather have your freedoms and the chance of something going wrong?
Yeah.
That's what this movie at its heart is really about. It's like, what are you willing to sacrifice for the safety of people? Are you willing to sacrifice their freedom, or are you willing to sacrifice the people?
Yeah, and it's a great movie. It's
really
a fantastic movie, and I've scrolled through all mine, and I've definitely gotten the most notes out of any of the movies.
Yeah, you got paragraphs on that.
I had whole paragraphs. Write a book of this movie.
Yeah,
I would actually love to do that. Do the novelization of some of the MCU. I mean, it's already done at this point, but it would be kind of cool to do that.
So, final thoughts? Anything else?
I mean, that kind of was my final thought. Was the
I don't have anything left that I would like to say. So
fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Like why
watch it now? Like pull it up and just watch it however you can. It's an amazing movie, and I mean, yeah, it's just great.
All right, so that is it for our Captain America: The Winter Soldier review. We're gonna be back next week with our review of Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you feel like it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.